you?
Well, Peter O'Toole's definitely one of the greatest ones, because I only actually walked into a shop just to get a cold drink.
Well, dressed like that.
And Peter O'Toole...
Premiers, you may have seen our next guest hanging around one or two of the stars. He's not a paparazzo, he's just an ordinary guy. But he spends his life taking photos of celebrities and himself together. So far, Bruce Robertson's notched up 200 fantasy pics. Now, which were your greatest moments, Bruce? I know you started off with Peter O'Toole, didn't you?
Well, Peter O'Toole's definitely one of the greatest ones, because I only actually walked into a shop just to get a cold drink.
Well, dressed like that.
And Peter O'Toole...
Yeah, go on.
Well, Peter O'Toole actually walked straight past me.
He did?
I thought it's not every day you see Peter O'Toole.
Especially dressed like that,
Well,
no.
That's right. So I thought, the guys in work are not going to believe that Peter O'Toole's walked past.
Yeah.
So I went on, got a camera, nipped back, waited until he was actually, breaking the film in.
Yeah.
Asked him for a photo, and he said, yeah, no problem. So that was obviously one of my...
So on the whole, people are always very nice to you, are they?
Not everybody.
Oh, right. Who hasn't been, do you know?
Meg Ryan just totally refused to do it.
Did she?
And she just did doing Scream, but...
Hollywood stars. Mind you, other ones like Anthony Hopkins, he was fine with you, wasn't he?
Anthony Hopkins, this is a good little story. I actually went to his mother's house.
Oh, in Wales?
In Wales,
because you're obviously Welsh, yeah.
And I asked any chance of meeting him. And she said, well, come back in a fortnight, because Anthony rings every day. And in all fairness to Anthony, he actually invited me and my wife to come and meet him. And my wife refused to come in the house because I'm very cheeky. So she stayed in the car. So I got inside with Anthony, and Anthony's mother said, oh, he's left his wife in the car. So Anthony said, go and tell her if she doesn't come in, I will fetch her myself.
And what you were clutching there, obviously, was his Oscar for Silence of the Lambs, wasn't it?
That was a bit of luck, because...
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you look pretty fierce there, mate. I have to say, you look a bit frightening, which probably is what got you through to meet Mike Tyson, because you were stalking Mike Tyson. I say that kindly, I don't mean it in the normal way. His security were very heavy with you. In fact, they almost strangled you, didn't they?
I got kicked in the leg, I got elbowed. There's about 20 of them. They had him guarded, really well rehearsed.
How did you get through?
I called in.
Can I just say, of all the people to stalk, Tyson's probably not the...
You've got a nerve. You're either very thick-skinned or very brave.
Yeah.
I don't know which.
I was more nervous about meeting Marvin Hagler than I was meeting Tyson. I was not nervous at all about meeting Tyson.
Really?
He was fine, yeah.
And he was OK when you... Like most of them are, when you actually get to them, they're fine, aren't they?
He was fine.
It's their security that's the nightmare.
Right.
Yeah. OK. You've had... didn't you actually grab Prince Charles and whirl him around for the camera?
Well, I actually asked Prince Charles for a photo and he agreed, but he looked the wrong way because there was cameras everywhere. So I stuck my arm around his waist.
He's not used to it, you know, that's the trouble.
I put my arm around his waist and turned him towards the camera and said, no, this way.
What did he say?
He just laughed.
Yeah, he's laughing a bit, not much, a bit.
But security come at me from all angles then, so...
I'm not surprised you weren't shot, actually. Who takes the pictures for you?
Whoever's around.
Oh, right, you just hand it to anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, OK. Who's your latest conquest?
Kylie Minogue.
Right. When did you get her?
She was in Cardiff at the start of her first tour.
I think she fancies you.
Oh, hope so.
There's definitely a look there.
There's always hope in
Quite
there.
cheeky, I think.
There's always hope.
What do you think, Richard?
I think you're on. I think, personally, I mean, you should just get the number. But what your missus now, your wife at home, she's going to be pretty upset.
Not with Kylie.
Not with Kylie. Oh, it's only Kylie.
Kylie.
We all wish we had relationships like that. Hey, it's Kylie. Come on, babe, it's Kylie.
Kylie doesn't count.
Exactly.
We've got a little run through, just because we haven't got time really to talk about all of them, but got a run through of some of the others. And remember, there are 200 altogether, so just some of them here.
A naked Norman Wisdom,
God,
fantastic.
he looks good for his age.
He's in good nick.
77 there.
Was he?
My
He still looks good, you know, in his 80s. Anyway, thank you. That's great. Thanks for showing your pictures.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
And thank you.
Good to see you.
Actually, Judy, is it OK if I have a photograph with you and Richard?
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
We got time for that, guys? Yeah, OK, we can slot that in.
You are, Richard?
Right, I get it. OK, fine. No, I don't mind. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
I ain't trying to break up a happy home, I told you.
Are you ready? OK, say cheese, everybody.
Cheese.
Stu McTeer's been finding out all the snaps have one thing in common. They all feature himself.
Everyone loves to show off their favourite holiday photos, but you won't find many dodgy holiday snaps in Bruce Robertson's collection. because on show at his home in Caldicot, only A-list celebs, all 200 of them, all happily posing with a man who's become an expert in dodging security.
This one here is Prince Charles, which I met in Cardiff. What I had to do is, there's a cordon, so I stepped over the cordon and asked him for a photo, which he agreed, but he actually looked the wrong way, so I put my arms around his waist and pulled him the other way. Charlie thought it was quite funny, but the security weren't very amused at all.
Bruce's love of boxing meant he even decided to take on Mike Tyson to ask for a photo. But it wasn't the former world heavyweight champion who put up a fight, but his minders.
Mike went for a walk down Park Lane in London, with security guards obviously all around him. So I walked past the old entourage and I called Mike. I just called out to Mike, Mike, Mike. And he said, what do you want? And I said, well, how about a quick photo? He said, yeah, come here. But I explained that the security wouldn't let me through. So he actually grabbed me by the shoulder and pulled me in towards him. And then that was it. He shook my hand and we had a couple of photos together. It was great.
Take care, my friend. All right, have a good night. Thank you.
It's a hobby that now runs in the family. Bruce's 7-year-old son Shane has also picked up the bug for star spotting.
It's exciting and I'm famous and I like being famous.
After 10 years, not every star's been snapped with Bruce. Catherine Zeta-Jones is still on the wish list. But if you're wondering how to get photos like this, he's now considering passing on his skills in a new book. Stuart McTeer, HTV News.